I'm all about human connection. That is what drives me at my core as an artist.
Most of the time you actually fail with the photo that you had in your mind, and that's going to be the story behind the photo.
It's always about the process. It's not about the outcome, because you're just in the moment.
If you are still creating through your soul, you can see it in the picture.
I personally don't see AI as a threat. I don't think AI will ever completely take away jobs from creative.
All right. Hi. Hi, guys.
Light in the darkness, darkness in the light. What do we think?
Mysterious.
Very mysterious.
It's been great to see all the different creators react differently to the challenges that have been put in front of them. It's my part to try and make things seem like they're going to be a bit easier to use or make things just happen.
When the prompt came through, there was this moment where you could just see the cogs turning with everyone, and then it was like bing, 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 bing.
We're all going to be shooting in a similar location, so it was quite interesting to see how each of us interpreted the prompts, trying to create something that was quite unique to them.
It's quite broad, but I think it sparks the idea of contrast, different lights and different mood.
I'm very excited when I saw the prompt. I think it's a perfect scenario at this time of the year here in northern Finland.
I think this might be the time of the year for some people that they absolutely hate and they would never ever come here. But I think it's the most interesting time of the year to actually be shooting something special.
We are at the mercy of nature. But at the end of the day, we're trying to achieve the same thing. We're trying to achieve something beautiful. The thing that I love doing the most is being able to show someone in a way that they've never seen themselves before.
Everyone happy, excited?
A lot of my style is like shooting up, so they look like they're almost like floating in the sky.
I was just so disappointed. Blue sky just did not come out for me.
I would probably say that first, you're going to lose that light.
There were so many variables, constantly changing, and just having to really think on my feet and then deal with the weather on top of it. Would I change anything? I'm going to say no, because it made me think about how to bring out the same emotion, just in a slightly different way.
When creating my portraits, I always try to get the essence of my subjects. And I think it's integral to my style of photography to find the beauty in each and every one of my subjects. I was so nervous, so anxious leading up to it. I just wasn't sure if I was going to be able to achieve the shot that I really desired. But as soon as light just shone on him, it was like, wow, this is incredible. It's definitely been a challenge for me as a photographer. I tend to shoot in the studio quite frequently, so being able to shoot in such beautiful locations, but also challenged with natural light, finishing at 5 o'clock and with that snow, sleet, but it's been a welcome challenge for me just to get me out of my comfort zone.
I live here in the woods, and I started to get super inspired by photos that are taken close to home. I think it has been really interesting to see how other people are seeing this.
For me, image making is more about what's not in the frame. So I like really minimalistic photos. I love to capture emotion of the place, really. You have to be quite critical of your own work, but then you have to also be willing to say yourself, okay, this is good. I'm quite good at this.
Wow.
You always have some ideas when you start, but then when you actually go into the shooting, it's always a little bit of trial and error. For me, some of the best things in photography is that you can always photograph something. It's not about the crazy location, it's all about your creative process and how you manage the light and compositions, and it's all about your own imagination.
I wanted to find something new to this scene. I think the prompts have made me rethink the environment, and it's been really fun to shoot with colleagues because they bring a new creative ideas to the photos. There has been a pressure because the conditions that I chase normally, it takes months and months to achieve something that I really like. I think light swans in a dark water would make a really good contrast. So we might have to return here when it's a bit darker. Sometimes when you have an image in your mind, your expectations are super high. You go to a place and you get something decent, but you know that you can do better. Let's see how this works. I feel strongly connected to this picture, so I'm really hoping. I think failures are part of the story because it wouldn't be interesting if you only success, right?
I had accepted the fact that I was not going to have beautiful twilight colours, sunset colours in the sky. So another idea was to light my model. I've learned that perfectionism doesn't exist. There were so many challenges for me to be able to achieve my ideas. And then I just said, how about we turn the lights off and let's see what we get. When people look at my images, firstly, I just want them to feel like life has a bit of magic in it, but also with the awareness that with light, there is dark.
What this trip has taught me is to come out of my comfort zone, and sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. Last night we tried light painting and it just didn't really go to plan.
I'm just thinking of how much time you'll need, because the longer the shutters be, the more time you have to paint.
I think I am hard on myself in the sense of I want everything to like come out perfect straight away, so when it doesn't, I was so annoyed with myself.
It's where you're just crossing over like multiple times. So.
Okay. I guess most creators feel the same way.
I was everywhere that time.
You were.
It is what it is. But yeah, thank you so much for your help.
When things don't go to plan, it's so important to just keep on striving for your idea, and half the time it will probably be better than your original idea anyway.
No, that's cool.
Slide it in, I think.
So this is the scary moment. I tend to go always with the same ideas and same visions when I'm shooting wildlife and landscape, so I think it was very interesting to have a prompt of words that actually opened my creativity in my brain, and I started to think some maybe new things as well, instead of always doing the same things that I'm very good at.
For the underwater scouting was quite hard because it was windy and the water was coming, so I was like, can I find anything that's good for shooting at night? So it was really different to what I usually do.
You have to still find your subject and the light and how you work with those, but like it's completely new world. I was instantly like, I really want to get into the water and just try to find different kind of compositions.
I really want to capture that split view of northern lights and maybe something mysterious underwater. I saw that the clouds were coming in, so I had to shoot the shore. So I went deeper and deeper. It was really difficult to get it like straight split view. So I was like, oh, this is really hard.
Well, you did what you wanted.
Well, kind of.
yeah, but like for the first step.
Yeah. If you get a moment like this, of course you feel really annoyed by it. You are like, no, how did I miss my chance? But then again, you have to just keep the faith and keep on pushing yourself. Keep on doing the things that will get you the shot.
We've obviously had a wonderful 2 days of shooting. So do you all think that you captured the human prompt? I think the prompt was incredibly good, just bringing out different photography styles, different creative styles. There's different techniques that have been used, there's different equipment that's been used, and it created completely different shots.
It's so incredible how we've had 15 very different but incredible images from one prompt. It really just shows you the versatility in photography.
I think that's always something that you can't do with AI. It's all about the human experience around the actual art piece.
When you're doing AI, I don't know if you can get that same type of feeling because you're just typing words.
I think from this week what I learned was that you can keep creating, and if you create a photo with AI, it will never be the same.
It's about how you approach an idea, and the things that I learned here really taught me a lot about myself and to keep on persevering, even if things aren't working out the way that you want them to.
I push myself to create images against this perfect world of AI because the beauty is really in the imperfection.
Oh wow, what is this?